Hey guys, so we are in Sound Innovations. We are on page 35 and we are going to cover this whole page. It's really quite a fun page, I think, just to dive in and go for it. We already know about a whole note and counting and a whole rest and 4 beats of rest. So let's go ahead and count and clap 138 together. 1 and 2 and ready, set, count and clap. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 stop. All right. What I like to do on these with the counting, I want you to just pick your favorite note. Instead of playing D, pick your favorite note. It could be any note anywhere. So I am going to play my C string because I love my C string and it needs to be played. All right, so we're going to play together. Play your favorite note. I'm playing a C natural. So if you want to play a note that sounds good with that, you can play another C natural or find something that's not close by. Usually things that are further away. If it's right next to the letter name C, like if you're playing a B or a D, it might sound a little clashing. And if that's what you want to go for, that's fine too. I love when we do this all in class together and we play a random note just so that we can get the rhythm. And it just sounds so cool with everybody playing different notes. So that's what I'm trying to go for here. All right. 1 and 2 and play 138. The next composer is Modest Mussorgsky. It looks like modest, but it's pronounced Modest Mussorgsky with pictures at an exhibition. This is a really, really nice piece with long, long bows. So it does remind you to count silently while you're playing so that you're making sure that your whole note gets 4 full beats. If you run out of bow on your whole notes, then you need to practice that again. Make sure you slow your bow down. But you can't go to the next measure just because you ran out of bow. The time is happening consistently. So make sure that you're counting so you can think about dividing your bow up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so you want to try to aim the middle of the whole note in the middle of the bow, and that will help you sustain your long notes. If you pull too fast, because you're playing forte, which is true, you want to play forte, but if you pull too fast, you'll go probably too fast and you'll end up either having to not sustain your loud sound, and it might go like this, just so that you have your bow, or you pull too fast and then you're out of bow altogether. So you really have to plan it out. So you want to be in the forte lane for this song so that it will require a slower bow and a little bit more weight. All right. For cellos, I'm going to be a little fancy and do a 4th position so I can vibrato those Ds. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... time all the way through for me. My cello slipped on me in the middle there, and I didn't quite start with my forte sound, so I want to redo. Hopefully that'll help you have another chance to make sure your bow is nice and even. All right, and you do have some string crossing slurs if you're playing that open A in the 2nd line. So remember what we talked about in previous videos. You're going to want to make sure that you almost put like an accent. It's a little pulse on the start of that 2nd note in the slur and the string crossing slur, and you need a little bit more weight and a little bit more bow. So you've got to plan a lot with your bow on this. So if you're having problems, it's not your left hand. It's going to be all in your right hand. So make sure you're thinking about your bow. Your fingers should know where to go by now. This is all the notes that we've been playing forever, plus an A on the G string, but everything else is on the D string, so you got this. 2 and and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 4 and off. All right, I know I did better. I hope you did better. Okay, finally we're gonna do Chester. This one changes our dynamics a lot. So we've got a forte, then a piano, then a mezzo forte, and a forte. Again, this is all D string and A string notes. So the challenge with this is definitely going to be in your bow, thinking about moving your bowing lanes. You have some slurs, you have some hooked bows, and then sustaining those long whole notes. That's really what this one is about. So make sure that you're counting in your head and that you're thinking about your bow. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and that's page 35.